I'm Stuart Trains 98. I'm going to show you my layout. It's under various stages of completion in some areas. In some areas it's not very complete. Apologize for the mess. It's under construction. Many of you know that when you're constructing things it's quite a mess. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I've done, show you what the layout looks like, and try to keep this going as I continue to build the layout. Alright, now we're going to start out over here. This is the town of Griffin, Georgia. Back there you see the town of Griffin. It's not modeled to any specific scale, not any specific buildings, just a general lineup of buildings to act as a backdrop. Here we have the Central Georgia Yard. This track here is the main line that I've got modeled. These here are the yard tracks. These two tracks here are industrial tracks. We roll down here. Got my monkey. He's only customer right now and making fun of me because I don't have any cars for him. But this is track here is the house track. This track here is just storage cars to go to industries or to get them out of the way in the yard. In real life, this track here would have continued on to Macon, Georgia. I'm going to have a industry back there for some more box cars. That pink space, I don't know what I'm going to put there yet, still deciding. Telephone pole, yeah, wrong scale, it's HO, but it's just for looks right now. So as you see, this is an overview of the yard. Up here I have some more industry. This is called Southern Cooling. It's just a generic DPM building that I dressed up a little bit. Move the car here so you can see some of the stuff that I've done to it. Added people on the dock to give it some feel of being occupied and busy. As you can see, the sign don't show up very well because of the lack of background. Got a bridge that leads into town. I'm going to be working on that as well as I get some more buildings and my plans figured out for what's going to be back behind it. But my plan is that the road comes into town here and will curve down, go in down Main Street. That'll be that Main Street there. Then there'll be another intersection that'll curve back off and fade off into the distance behind the Southern Cooling. This just a family house on the hill. Interesting note, I used tea bags for this brown scenery here along the bank, so that way when I finish getting all my trees planted, it looks like deadfall. This will be, as we follow the line going west, this is what will be the Flint River, the double track bridge. It's not prototype across the river, but I had to do that in order to get into my freight yard and over there and make my industrial area. These are just random buildings under construction and or completed. Most of y'all have already seen them. This back here is my staging yard. I'll have a view block to block the staging yard that'll hold, I don't know, it's roughly about 12 to 15 cars. As we move along over here, this is where the Central Georgia crossed the Atlantic coastline in a town called Senoia, Georgia. This here track is the Atlantic coastline. That's I believe it is US 27, I think it is, that follows the railroad pretty well. And that'll be hid back there, of course, as well, with some scenery and trees and maybe a mirror to portray some depth. Over there is just a hill, just something to break up the layout for right now. And over here we have what they call Raymond, Georgia. No, I'm not named after the town, even though my name is Raymond. This is the east and west leg of the Y that went to, this is how the Central Georgia went from Columbus by going down this leg of the Y here, so the route of the Man of War. And then it would come up to, from Atlanta, Georgia, go down to Atlanta and West Point to Newnan. And then when it got to Newnan, it switched over to the Central Georgia. Then it came to Raymond and went down this track here to continue its leg on the journey to Columbus. This here is the yard for Raymond. It's just what it is. I'm going to have to build a Colin tower over there about where that radio is sitting. And as you go around the curve, it was about 6 miles. Well, this severely condensed 6 miles from Newnan to Raymond. That over there is that far track over there by that brown bag you see. That's the Central Georgia connection track to the A&WP, which is Atlanta and West Point. That station's just to fill in. It was a very unique station that sat there. It was an L-shaped station. Not sure if I'm going to be able to build that or not. It has to be complete scratch build. And then the track that you see to the left is Atlanta and West Point, which the Man of War took on to Atlanta. And then got a BNSF calendar hanging up there, and then track loops back around and continues along the back wall. So it's not much of a layout. Excuse the mess behind me. That's all my HO stuff. Some of you don't like it, some of you do. Yeah, I like it. Been around HO a lot longer than N, but hope you enjoyed my tour of my layout, and I hope to do more of this as time progresses. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the day.